Hi. Something I've been wanting to talk about for a while. Since I really can't think of any other damn thing to talk about. Dungeons and Dragons. It's been around for 42 years, I think. 42, 43 years. In that time, there have been many editions of the game. Of course, this causes a little something we like to call the edition wars. Now, 5 editions of the game have been around for a while. And yes, I do have the player's handbook for all 5 of them, but that's not the point. The fact of the matter is that every edition of the game, they have their own quirks and flaws. Some people find some of the flaws the charming parts of the game. Some people find them, the reason why they don't play a certain edition. I can break this down pretty well. Let's start here. First edition. Thin book, which means that, should be very simplistic, right? There are parts that are very simplistic. There are parts that are not at all. Where do I begin? There's really nothing about non-weapon proficiencies or skills, so you can pretty much do that on the fly. At the same time, weights and gold pieces. Why? A gold piece typically weighs... I'm going to use probably later edition rules for this, but a gold piece typically weighs only a couple ounces. Which means, according to this very book here, you find, here we go, a halberd weighs about as much as 175 gold pieces. Like, what? It weighs as much as 175 gold pieces, but how much does it cost? It costs 9. Why couldn't they have just done weight? Moving onward, we got second edition. They got rid of the gold pieces thing, and they added non-weapon proficiencies, but the thing that drives me at least crazy about both these editions is that there's some parts in the game where rolling high is better, but there's other parts in the game where you don't want to roll high, you want to roll low. Like non-weapon proficiencies. The higher your number, the lower you want to get. What? Here we go. Third edition. The edition that I started with. The D20 system. They made everything so simple. The math is simple. The math is straightforward. Everything goes up. Skills are a bitch. Because it's like, I'm a first level rogue. I get 8 plus my intelligence modifier times 4. If I decide to multi-class, then I got to remember which skills are class skills, which skills are cross-class skills. Because I can only put so many points in a class skill and so many points in a cross-class skill. But then if I decide to do something else entirely, if I want to take, ranks in a skill that would be a class skill for this class, but it's not a class skill for this class, then I've got the problem of... Then I have to remember, I can only put so many ranks in that skill because it's all cross-class otherwise, and I can't... At the same time, a lot of the classes tend to be very cookie-cutter. Because fighters, you get a feat every other level. That's it. They get the second biggest hit die in the game, but their whole thing is, you get a feat every other level. Whoopity-doo! And then, this is 3.5 because they released a 3.0, but there were so many issues with it that they had to redo the entire game. 4th edition. Again, it was very straightforward. It was very, very easy to pick up and just go. All the classes pretty much progressed at the same rate because they all had powers, they all had feats, that they all gained at the same time. You know, abilities went up pretty damn quickly. Once you hit 20th level, if you always raise the same 2 stats, or once you hit 30th level, because it went to 30, if you always raise the same 2 stats every time you got a level bump, you'd have 2 scores that went up 8 points. The other 6 went up 2, but hey, by the end of it, you didn't have a negative modifier in anything. At the same time, this required miniatures. Everything is based in squares. And then, let's not even talk about this nonsense. Because after a couple years, it turned into this. And then everything went cookie cutter again. Truthfully, in my opinion, the only good thing to come out of those is the fact that all races got the static +2 and an optional, and a +2 that could be put into stats. 5th edition, the newest one. It went back to all classes gaining stuff at different paces, which is good. They've also finally made a stat cap again, after not having one for 3 editions of the game, well, since 2nd edition, because you could only bring a stat up to 20 without using artificial means. And I believe actually during character creation you could bring the stat only up to 17. Or maybe it's even 15, I don't remember. At the same time, though, in my opinion, it's very, 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 very difficult to get out of the mindset that you need magic items, because the way this is set up, at least from what I can tell, you're really not going to see your first magic weapon till you're at least 7th level. You might see magic armor by 3rd. Maybe. So it's hard to get out of that mindset where it's like, oh, you're 2nd level and you just beat the BBEG, you get a +1 sword. No, no, no. Now, which edition do I like? It doesn't matter. I will play them all. I will DM them all. I'll also play Pathfinder. I'm not even getting into that one. But yeah, just a little something I wanted to do. Like, I mean, please, post your opinions in the comments. I just really scratched the surface. Tell me what you think. I might do a follow-up video at some point. But until then, take care, y'all. Peace.